This segment of Hak5 is brought to you by Podio. From MakerFaire 2013, I'm here with one of my favorite people in the world, Massimo Banzi from Arduino. He is the CEO of the company, and I'm super excited to talk to you today. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good, actually.
Good. Now, we've never gotten you on the show before, so I wanted to get a little bit of the history of Arduino for anybody who isn't familiar with the company.
All right. Well, Arduino started off in 2004-05, essentially as a way to provide my students, who are designers, a way to prototype with electronics without needing to become an electronics engineer. So, these are creative people, but they don't know how to program, they don't know about electronics, so we needed something that could get them working very quickly. So Arduino is the product of research we have been doing for a number of years, and so it turned out that what worked very well with my design students actually became very popular with makers in general, because it helps beginners get started very quickly.
I totally agree. Everyone that I've talked to about Arduino loves it, and as soon as they get their hands on it, it seems like a light appears, and they know exactly what to do. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Now, I did have a question for you. Today, he actually did a speech about what's up and coming in Arduino. You talked about robots, you talked about Linux. Give me a little bit of information about what's happening in the robot field.
Well, what happened is that we always wanted to make a small Arduino robot for education mostly, and then we actually found these kids in Spain who have been making robots with Arduino and competing in this thing called the RoboCup Junior. So they became world champion of RoboCup Junior for I think 3 years. So we partnered with them and we asked them, how did you do your robots? And so we basically built this one out of the experience of these kids learning with Arduino and making their own robots and winning competitions with it. So, it took us quite a bit to get it right, but we think we made something that kind of simple to approach, just works out of the box. It's actually nicely designed, in my opinion, which is a touch that's always good. And so, yeah, we think it's going to be a good platform for people to learn about robotics, because with robotics you learn about mechanics, electronics, software, you also learn about physics, so it's a great way to kind of learn about a lot of disciplines in one package.
So what is your target market for this? Is it children?
Yeah, I think it's mostly children, teenagers, schools, even people who just want to learn how to, program a robot. They can also be adults. It doesn't have to be children, but I think the target market is probably mostly children and teenagers.
It's definitely an education system. And I also was wondering, when is this going to be released and when can I get one? Because I would love to play with this.
So you can play with one right now at the MakerFaire. It's going to be available at the end of the month of June. But we have a small batch of the robots we brought here to MakerFaire, so the people here at MakerFaire can buy it now, and then everybody else has to wait at the end of June.
Is this going to be open source or anything? Do you expect any kind of development with this, or is this going to be basically you buy it and you play with it?
Well, so like everything else in Arduino, this is open source. So the moment it goes on sale at the end of June, every single file needed to make this thing is going to go online. That's it. That's always what we do. And obviously, the whole thing is designed to be expandable. So it's not like it doesn't have a plastic box. So you see the electronics, so you're encouraged to solder your own stuff on it, connect. We also make an expansion pack that contains a bunch of sensors. And the website that we created for it has actually 11 projects that you can build of increasing complexity. So you are guided step by step from zero to expert robot developer.
Oh, that's excellent. I'm so excited. I can't wait to play with one of these. And you also talked about Linux development. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, we've been working for a while on Arduino that connect to the internet. There's a lot of interest from people to do, Internet of Things projects. But one of the limitations of Arduino was always that, the processor is very limited. It's very little RAM. So the moment you connect to a web service and you're trying to do a transaction, your RAM completely fills up. So we wanted something where we could just, balance the load with something else. So we started to look at these very cheap Wi-Fi routers that you can find on the market. So we basically embedded a Wi-Fi router into the Arduino itself. So it has Wi-Fi, Ethernet, it's running OpenWRT Linux. But we also added the Arduino user experience. So you can manage most of the Linux side through a web interface. So you don't need to become a Linux expert immediately. you can actually ease into it. And we prepared a piece of software that runs on the Arduino that actually makes stuff happen on the Linux side. So again, you don't have to learn how to do SSH into the Linux. Again, it's an Arduino product. You plug it in, you turn it on, it works.
When can I get one of those?
End of June.
Hey, I love that you're coming out with everything so soon. This is so exciting for me. So tell me also, what do you see in the future of Arduino? There's so many projects out there. I'm so excited to hear what else is coming out.
Well, actually, this project, this product that we made is called Arduino Yun, and it's because in Chinese it means cloud. So we like this idea of paying homage to China. So this is the first Arduino made in China. But the idea is that we're going to be doing more and more of these devices that are connected to the internet. And also we're partnering with different companies that provide the software that makes it very easy to connect to a lot of different services. We work with this company called Tembu in New York that made the system that from a single point you can access more than 100 different APIs. So from an Arduino, you'll be able to connect to Facebook, download data, then go to Foursquare, go to PayPal, you can connect to all these APIs. So there will be a lot more of this Internet of Things stuff, and there's going to be more Arduino products. There's going to be more and more end user products, more like products that you might one day buy at Best Buy, but then you can hack them with Arduino. So.
I'm so excited to hear about all of this. I can't wait to see everything on the market, and that's going to be excellent if I can find this stuff at Best Buy. That's right around the corner from where I live. So is there anything else that you want to mention before we go ahead and head on over to see what else is going on?
Well, so we're helping organize a MakerFaire in Europe. So if you happen to want to travel to Italy, the first weekend of October, so 5th and 6th of October, we're organizing a MakerFaire Rome, but it's a MakerFaire designed to actually get a sample of the maker movement from all over Europe. So it's not just an Italian MakerFaire, it's from all over Europe.
Oh, I'm so excited to hear about that. So can you tell me where can people find out more information?
Yes, it's at makerfairerome.eu. You can find information about the MakerFaire. You can submit your project through the call for makers. So in July, we're going to be selecting a bunch of makers that we will invite to come over. So, but you can also just come as a visitor and sample the best of the European maker scene, and then it's Rome. I don't have to see more.
You definitely don't. Being Italian, of course, it's one of my favorite countries as well as yours. Yes, I totally agree. And where can people find out more information about you and Arduino?
Well, arduino.cc, that's the website. And I don't know, sometimes I post on Twitter at mbanzi.
Banzi, I got it. Great. Thank you so much, Massimo. It was wonderful to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ciao. And for Hak5, I'm Shannon Morse from MakerFaire 2013.
I want to take a quick moment to show you behind the scenes of some of the ways that I'm able to do Hack Across America. I'm very excited about this because I'm using all these cool technologies that let me work the way I want. And let me tell you, before these guys came to me, you guys know I'm a huge fan of the Citrix stuff, but they acquired Podio, and let me tell you, this stuff rocks. It totally changed the workflow. I'm all about automation, I'm all about the process and things of that nature. And so basically before we were using a whole ton of different, within Hak5 and Hackshop and whatnot, we were using a ton of different like spreadsheets and emails, and you know how it is. You just get daunted with all of that stuff. And I showed you guys last week how I'm using Podio within Hack Across America to kind of like pull data in from the web form and then export that into a Google map where I can see like where everybody signed up. Well, I hope this isn't too much inside baseball, but I want to show you how I use this to actually manage projects within Hak5. So get this, right? I'm here and I'm looking at my Podio app. See, that's the other really cool thing that I love is not only is it like having your own, I don't know, like social network within your company, but the app makes it so intuitive. If you're already used to using stuff like that, you get the notifications, you can do the real-time messaging, but it's nice because it's like your work messaging and all of that. So I'm in here and I'm taking a look at my workspaces. I'm going to choose Hackshop and go over to tasks, and I'm going to create a new task, and I'm just going to say, hey, ship the Hak5 banner to DEF CON. So we got that DEF CON conference coming up. I just choose who I'm going to assign that task to. Get Shannon on that one as well. Boom. And there we go. I can add a due date if I want, and hit save, and I've created a task, and I can look in here at the tasks that I've completed. I can look at the checkout, like we've got our entire inventory on here, and all of our inquiries where people ask us questions and things of that nature. It's so great just to be able to take a look at all of the, we get technical questions in here. Everything is no longer just a million different emails. It really allows me to work the way I want. And this is so cool too, when we want to bring in clients from outside, we can allow them in our own. I mean, it's like having an intranet. I did sysadmin for 10 years. I've seen so many different really bad implementations of intranet stuff, and this is the only one that I would even consider using, because I must say the app changes everything, because you're already used to using the same kind of paradigms. I have a feed here. I can post a status update of what I'm working on. So it's really cool stuff, and it's allowed me to work however I want. The way I want to work is, hey, I just took care of what I needed to do on my phone right now. I just delegated. So that's what it's all about. That's, to be honest, between this and all of the people back at the Hak5 studio, I'm constantly telling you guys, to tweet at Podio and to tweet at all of the people that are supporting us. Tweet at Shannon and Paul and Sarah and everybody back at the Hak5 studio that's allowing me to do this, and Podio to tie it all together. This is so cool. I'm so impressed that we're a month into this trip now, and it's all working so beautifully because of this. So I thought that I'd mention that to you guys, because I'm a process geek. This is a cool thing that might work for your business if you're into streamlining processes instead of a million spreadsheets and emails. So I encourage you guys to check it out. They are sponsoring Hak5, and we appreciate them for supporting us, and of course supporting Hack Across America. So all you have to do is go over to podio.com, sign up today. It's free. Invite all your friends, create a workspace, try it out. I think you might really like it. And with that, I'll see you guys on the road.
This week's Technolist photo of the week comes from John, and it's actually a series of Technolist photos of the week, and they are wicked cool, so check these out. I mean, are they a museum or an army base? He didn't really send any kind of description, but I did look it up. Apparently, this is the Hak5 secret nuclear bunker. It's a former government-owned nuclear bunker located at Hak5 in England. That's super cool, and now it's a museum, so you can go check it out yourself. I kind of want to go there now. Thank you so much, John, for sending your photos over to us, and you can always send your pictures to feedback@hak5.org with the subject line Technolist.